No cause of death reported. So this is becoming a very... it's been a trend. It's been an uptick in this. And again, I thank Lucy of Syracuse for coming on and giving us this update on this. So I'll be plugging this going forward if you guys want to check out what's really going on. And this is a kind of a polite way to send a message to your trust the science people and people that called you a conspiracy theorist or threw you under the bus or banned you from family dinners. You could politely send them this and ask them to kind of maybe explain. Because back in the day, if someone passed away like this at that age, it would make like complete headlines across, let's say, not North America, maybe Canadian headlines. If this young girl died 18, okay, and no cause of death reported, I would be very, very in tune to find out why these people died. It's coming apart. Town finds out its bank accounts are closed down. Oh, another financial issue we're having here, as more and more people are pulling their money out of the banks because they have no confidence in government. A Colorado town is finding out that it is unable to pay its bills because the bank accounts have been closed by a former mayor who drew the money out in checks made to the town. The infrastructure falls apart. Oh yeah. Gas explosion. The infrastructure falls apart. Yep. When you kick the people out that built your infrastructure, you can get China in there to fix it, but it's not going to be as good. And there it is. Malem faced backlash for his call for violence against white South Africans. And here's the problem with that. When you kill the farmer, you don't eat. You just kill the rest of your people. You just shot yourself in the foot, asshole. Speech police. Let's go down under to our friends in Australia. We're going to get Gold Dust on later to fire off a few headlines for us if she's available later. Speech police. Australian Parliament calls on intelligence agencies to tackle online misinformation they claim endangers the country's national security. So if you're tuned into Mike in the Night, this is complete misinformation. This is very dangerous information we're giving you here because it is the truth. Or I hope I'm telling the truth. Everybody, Big Rob New Zealand over on Odyssey. Thank you for being there. Man, do I have a ton of shout-outs. We got Emily Johnson in Los Angeles that's watching us. Michael Williams in Chicago. Sarah Jones in Houston. Robert Brown in Phoenix. Jennifer Davis in Philadelphia. William Miller in San Antonio. Jessica Wilson in San Diego. David Taylor in Dallas. Elizabeth Martinez in San Jose. And James Anderson in Austin. Watching Mike in the Night tonight. Thank you so much. And there's much more. I'll probably get to a lot more shout outs here tonight. Argentina pays the IMF with a loan from Qatar. So they're borrowing money they're robbing Peter to pay back Paul. So Argentina gets a loan from Qatar to pay the IMF. It's a never ending financial crisis story that's going to end really bad with these countries.
So all that happened for nothing, but, again, that's one step because of this, the BRICS came about, and because BRICS came about, now that's challenging the U.S. dollar, and the U.S. dollar, remember, all the economy around the world is based on the U.S. dollar, so if you attack the US dollar, yeah, the petrodollar, the fiat dollar, whatever it is, but the economy is like really based on it, and if you attack that dollar, then you're essentially weakening the global economy, and that's what these guys have been trying to do from the beginning, is weaken the global economy. The small businesses going down, small businesses left, right, and center. Walk down streets in Main Street, Kamloops here, shop close, shop close, shop close. But when you look at the globalist stores, they're open. They're happening. So
the big corporate entities that have been getting kickbacks right from the world governments and stuff, and push towards federalization. We're going to be walking into a supermarket one day. Everything's going to be in white, and there's going to be red letters everywhere, and there's going to be a PA system saying, "Trust your government. We love you." And there's going to be white labels on everything, but it's going to be red writing on everything, and everything's going to be generic. And we're going to love our government, and we're going to, and that's why they started taking down the statues a few years ago and taking down the history, all visible history removing the 10 Commandments out, taking out founding fathers statues all over the world so they could erase history for a safer future.
How it's connected with the bloodlines, like right now in Canada, there's this big thing about the Turd and his wife Sophie divorcing, and I did a stream the other day and I called it out.
I saw that stream. in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I called it out. It's like, because these are bloodlines, and now there's new news coming, and that you know, Sophie has this agreement to where, you know, there's the she's not connected to the conflict of interest anymore, and now she can you know, they can make as much money as they possibly can, and then so now she's, you know, they've removed her as a pawn, you know, off the stage so that wealth can be created and transferred now. And that was the big news today. I think that was today and yesterday. No, I think that was today. I woke up this morning with all that news on there that she's got a, you know, the clause now within her separation of conflict of interest, and she's not responsible anymore. So, you know, again, you know, that goes to say what I was saying is that the bloodlines, you know, they use people, and then once they're done with somebody, they remove them off the table. But, you know, because these people are married, it doesn't necessarily mean, Mike, that they're actually married. You know what I'm saying? It could be like a front marriage to where, you know, hey, look at these two couple, and, you know, this and that. And then later on, if they need to, you know, change the program, they can split them up and then make this thing, you know, that, oh, feel sorry for them, and, you know, because everybody's feeling so sorry for old Sophie.
It happened to me. It's not going to happen to me. But when it does, their whole world falls apart. They collapse. They don't know what to do. And that's the thing. It's not just them as the individual it's affecting. It's everybody around them that requires them in their life for whatever reason it may be. We're all here for a reason.
We are. We all play a part in each other's lives.
Exactly. Like right now, there's a health warning in Melbourne. They've had 2 cases of hepatitis coming out, and also measles, and they're encouraging people now. They're saying that the population, 350,000 people, have hepatitis B and C.
Work's been quiet, but luckily for me, I'm on the run. We have to drive up the mountain, and you know the state of the roads.
Guys, he's in New Zealand, folks. So people wondering, he's just outside of Auckland, New Zealand. So, and the roads, he sent us a video. The roads were horrific. The roads were worse than if you were in somewhere in Cambodia. I'm not making this up. Like in rural parts of Cambodia.
That's a good day. You should try see it when it's raining. What's going on in New Zealand? Well, not much. It's been cold. There's more gang violence. We had another shooting.
There was an Ethiopian gang turf war or something there.
There's always gang shootings. What happened in New Zealand is the Australian government, because a lot of Kiwis go to Australia, so the Aussies said, we don't want any criminals here, so anyone who's a Kiwi who's been in jail, you have to go home, so they deported them all.
She's lined up on the west coast and the east coast of these United States. So I just thought it was a little disrespectful to say he has no sympathy for these people, but these people are victims of that very system that we're fighting.
It's the spell that was cast over them. My dad was drafted into the Portuguese armed forces by force.
Right.
He was thrown into the Portuguese colonial wars in Africa.
And that's happened in every war. They pick up partisan fighters and they make them join the military, just like the draft in Vietnam for the Americans. My dad didn't want to go over there, but he did it. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to kind of weigh that kind of stuff in, because not all these problems are created by the people. It's the entities, it's the power, it's the power structure, it's the 1%. It's everything's international banking and finance. That's where they derive their power from. So, yeah.
Every day, I brush up for 10 minutes. I hit stacks, Tommy, and I like.
Hold on, Tommy, hold on a sec. We got you reporting here. Hold on.
Good morning, guys. Reporting for Mike Martins. So this is in Town Hall in the city of Sydney, and you got homeless people just camping everywhere. And I saw this city cleaner, and he's been working for 20-something years, and he said the homeless problem started around the 2010s. And it's gotten worse and worse. In the 90s, there was no homeless. In the 2000s, there were none. But ever since 2010s, it's got worse and worse. And there was one person that got punched. And they're getting more and more violent. And this is the worst he's ever seen. Thanks for watching.
There's, for live. Okay, let's keep going. Hold on. I'm going to play your, what's this one here? Were you in an airport here?
So it's currently July 6th.
This is the train station.
Thursday, 2023, 5:51. So the train has been held up on the tracks for 35 minutes. And what the excuses were that there were an issue. It was in the queue. It was delayed. It was on the same track, not moving for 35 minutes, whilst other trains were going okay on other tracks. And you got all these commuters having to wait because of your incompetence, Sydney Trains, because of your incompetence, New South Wales government. Well done.
I'm just going to brief somebody, okay, on a major thing that could happen that I meant to get out last week, all right, but I didn't, all right?